Hey everyone, look who's joined us. I'm not a bachelor anymore, so are you glad to be back in your bed?
Yes.
So last night was a great night, and we're out here away from everything. It's a little noisy from the highway, but man, I'll tell you, didn't hear a thing last night. Slept like a log, right? We went to bed like at 8. I told you we were exhausted, so it's been a rough few weeks, 8 weeks. And so now we're back on the road. Good morning, everyone. This is David with Tigner Adventures, and my wife Ninette and I, we live in our motorhome full time, and we are parked in this little spot here. It's kind of next to the highway. The highway is only about 100 yards over there, but this is a dispersed camping area. It's right across from there's a rest area over there. In fact, if I raise this up high enough, I think you can probably see they have tons of solar panels, and that's the rest area. But if you turn on this side of it, then you come to this dispersed camping area. So there's another guy across from us, but other than that, that's all that's here. It does have a nice little turnout here that makes it really easy just to kind of pull in and turn around, and we are back out onto the road. So that is very, very convenient. So anyway, it's pretty nice that we can just pull in here. It's really convenient, just on and off the highway right here, and you can see if I pan around the valley, it's got a really pretty view of the valley behind me, and it is just nice out here. Love southern Utah. Spent a lot of time down here in my canyoneering courses with the University of Utah, and so we've made this drive along this road quite a bit. We are currently about 10 miles south of Price, Utah, on Highway 6, headed towards or to just the other side of Cortez, Colorado. That's where Mesa Verde National Park is. So we're going to go park down there, and then we can go and check out the park. We are going to be getting there a little later than we normally would like to, but Ninette has been doing putting things away that we picked up at my son's place. So I picked her up yesterday at our son's place, and it was nice because we were able to just pull in and park right next to his little complex, so right in front of his door. So that worked out really well. I wasn't going to park there, but then I was calling Ninette to see where I could park, and she says, I think you can just park in front, which would make it a lot easier to get things loaded into the RV. So we did that. We loaded up the RV and we loaded the bikes in the car. So we are all set, and so then we took off, and she has been spending all morning cleaning. Now, I have to say, I did clean, but you know, a guy's idea of cleaning and a lady's idea of cleaning are two different things. I have recognized that over the years, for sure. So anyway, she's been organizing and cleaning, and like I said earlier, you know, on my video before this one, that you know, there's a place for everything, and if you bring extra you got to get rid of. Well, that's what we've been working on. So she brought a lot of cool little things extra. Her friend gave her a whole, it was like another 1,000 things of paper plates, you know. So, you know, when I opened up I told her, I says, we have paper plates, and she goes, I know, but you know, this is a gift. And so it's like, okay. So I opened up the compartment, and what falls out? All our, you know, we had like 500 paper plates, so they fell down on the ground. So I just started laughing and had to rearrange the compartment a little bit, but I was able to fit it all in there, and so life's good. She also bought 2 boxes of tomatoes with her, so I've got one box stored underneath, and she's got the other box inside. So she's going to be making tomato sauce and things like that she does with tomatoes. Plus, we like to have bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches, so it's always nice to have the fresh tomatoes. So anyway, that's our little update for this morning, and we're going to be working our way south here. Tomorrow will be our big day because we're planning to actually go into the national park, so we'll videotape some of that too. So those are things to come, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks for joining us on this cool adventure that we have. Good morning, everyone. We have reached Cortez, Colorado. We are just outside of the Mesa Verde National Park. We're going to go check that out today. We got in here last night. We are on County Road 34, and this is a fun little place. It's BLM that's just kind of in the middle of a bunch of houses, so a bunch of private property around and things like that. But it's a really fun little place to be. And Tansy really likes it. She's checking out everything and just moving around and checking out all the trees. It's a nice little forested area. And so she's pretty happy. She couldn't wait to get out here, and the weather's so nice. Yesterday when we came in, it was actually raining, so it's pretty muddy. And we were kind of concerned about where we were parking, and we found this little area. It was number 13 up here, and we pulled through. And then we found out that those people right over there, you can kind of see them through the trees just a little bit. That's site number 13 also. So we're both in 13. It's just a real long kind of a road, although you can back down into other little sections there. So it's a pretty nice little section. And so anyway, we met our neighbors last night, and they're super nice. And they've been full-time for about 2 years. And she's just wandering around. So they've been full-time for about 2 years now, and they just came from they're actually from Kansas, and so they sold everything and moved into their motorhome. It's a family. The oldest daughter just started college, and the other 3 children are with them, and so they are out here enjoying the scenery also. So So we thought we'd just back up into here, but you can see some big ruts in there. So since we weigh 10 ton, we're a little leery about backing into this little site right here. So that's why we're kind of parked where we're at. And it's not raining today, so it'll finally dry out. But not too bad of a spot right over here. And you know, I mean, we're pretty level, so that worked out really nice. And we just kind of parked before we went up the hill. So only had to use our passenger back jack to kind of level us up a little bit, so that was pretty good. But if you look right here, you can see that here's site 13, here's the turn in, and if you look right over to the left just a little bit there, a couple trees down, it looked like it just kind of turned in and back out again. Looked like a short little site, and we thought that those guys down there were in site 14, and so that's why we pulled in here. So these sites are really long. You could get, you know, a few rigs in here besides just backing back into these other little sections. You know, you could get quite a few rigs into just one camping space if you wanted to bring your friends along or make friends. We made friends. These guys are really nice. And so that's one of the advantages of boondocking and coming out here and meeting people in the wild. I love this little cartoon thing they put on the back of their rig. It says, "I am not fast," because they said they don't drive real fast and people get upset with them, but at least they're being safe. They are chosenlifeliving.com is where you can actually see all their information. Pretty fun little family, and they're having a great old adventure. But you can see behind me, we have a really pretty view of the whole valley, and it's just such a nice day today. It's just so great. So anyway, we are going to have a fun day today. We're heading off to the park. Just a little note about the park. And if you want to go on some of the tours, self-guided, it's fine, but if you want a ranger tour, they cost anywhere from $8 to $45 for those, and you've got to schedule those minimum. The best you can do is 2 weeks in advance, but you need to schedule that ahead of time, because we went on last night and they are all sold out for today. There is one, the $8 one, they only sell tickets. Well, that doesn't make sense. The video says they only sell tickets at the visitor center 2 days before, and it usually sells out within that time frame. But it seemed like I seen them online also, so not really sure what that's about. But anyway, we're gonna go do a bike trail they have, and it goes around and overlooks a lot of these different things. So we might be just seeing them from afar, but we're going to use our bikes today and we're going to go on a little bike ride. So that's what we're doing as soon as we get all cleaned up here at camp. We're heading to the park and we're going to spend the day walking around the park and checking things out. This is the start of Mesa Verde National Park, and this is the Manos Valley. Look at the snow over there on those mountains. We are heading to Yuma at the right time. Today we're going to go all around the park, take a bike ride, and have some fun. So just out of high school, I used to work for the BLM fighting forest fires. And I worked up at a tower, lookout tower once, just like this. Except it was more, had to climb a lot of stairs to get to the top. But during my watch, I actually found a fire and had to use this little mechanism that this lady's using to figure out exactly where it was, pinpoint how far out it was, and exactly where it was so that I could tell the dispatch. This is the longhouse, and it was found in the winter of 1889 through 1990. So if you look over that way, you can see that the hike, this is one of those tours that you pay for, and there is the hike going up that way, up on the mesa there, and back over to, you can kind of see a tent in the treetops there if you really look. It's a light tan color. Well, this doesn't look this big, but it said that this dwelling had 60 to 70 rooms, so they must have been a lot smaller than our rooms these days. Maybe they're like RV-sized rooms. So, anyway, this is called Kodak House. Kodak House. I'm looking around for some trails to see if you could even get up there, but it's like 2 deckers in there, so that is pretty cool. They just build everything right on the side of the mountain. I don't see any trails going down, and this was discovered back in 1891, and it was called Kodak because they cached a Kodak camera there, the people that actually found the place.
This little guy is just moving along, fast pace.
This little cluster of housing here is called Nordenskjold. I don't know where they get some of these names, but anyway, it's pretty cool. And this one is actually about, it's down another trail. It's about a mile off the main trail that we're riding on our bikes. And so I'll tell you, having our bikes today, that was so much fun. And overall, we rode about 7 miles to see all the different things that we've seen today. The park's actually kind of broke up into 2 pieces. So we're on the right side. It's the longest to get to everything, and it has the things that we actually seen today. The left side has more of the museum and a lot of the different tours that you paid for. The Longhouse tour was one that's paid for here, but most of it is a self-guided tour. So it was pretty exciting, and I'll tell you, this was a lot of fun. Pretty cool national park. This was made a national park back in 1906, so it's been around for quite a while, and you can see by some of the structures here why they did that, because people were coming in and looting it and breaking things up and whatever's. It was nice that they actually set it aside so that we could see it as we get and extra generations go by. They'll be able to see it also. But anyway, so that completes the little tour of Mesa Verde National Park and our little excursions up to this point. From here, we are going to be heading to New Mexico tomorrow morning to meet up with a lot of different friends that will be at the Balloon Fest, and so this will be pretty exciting. We've never been to the Balloon Fest before, so we're gonna go there and check it all out. But I'll tell you, this portion of Colorado is pretty cool, and I'll tell you, we met some people and they said, so we've been we told them we've been full-timing for 4 years, so they said, you've seen everything then on the west side? And it's like, you know what? We don't ever get to see everything on every stop that we stop at. There's always things that when we leave, we think, oh, you know what? We'll have to catch that the next time. And that's definitely true here with Mesa Verde. There is a lot to this park, and pretty much every national park has that same thing. There's a lot to it. It's good to take the tours if you can, because I think the rangers really add a lot to it. The new media stuff that's on the internet now for each one of the national parks is really pretty interesting too. It kind of gives you a real good background and things for things that you don't get to see. So we're going to finish watching those things for this time, but hopefully we'll be able to get here again. So the weather, it was a beautiful day today, and it was nice and cool, not too hot, and it was good. But we're up here a ways right now. We're at 7,000 feet. So earlier in the video you've seen there is snow on those mountains, and it's nice that we're actually moving south. So, but of course we're going to Albuquerque now. It's still going to be, we're going to still be up in the mountains for a little bit, and then we'll finally get down to Arizona, into Phoenix, and into Yuma. So that's kind of the goal. So anyway, thanks for following us, and thanks for watching this video. Hope that this is a place that you'll want to go, because it's well worth coming here and seeing this national park. So anyway, we'll just say thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road, and hopefully we'll be on our next video. So please take care.